The year was 2489. On the planet Terran Prime, something very important was happening. After 40 years of war across the stars, 27 alien species had come together to sign a peace treaty. It was the first time in history that so many different races had agreed to stop fighting. Terran Prime was the perfect place for this event. It was a peaceful world with no weapons, no armies, and no history of war. The planet's skies were blue, its grass golden, and its people neutral. Inside the Galactic Unity Hall, leaders from all over the galaxy sat at a giant round table. Cameras floated in the air, recording everything. Billions of people were watching, live from their homes. The hall was silent as the peace documents were brought forward. Every leader was ready to sign. Then it happened. A loud boom shook the hall. Fire exploded from the center of the room. Glass shattered. Metal flew through the air. Screams echoed everywhere. The cameras cut to black. The peace talks were over in just 1 second. When the smoke cleared, the damage was horrifying. Many alien leaders were dead. Others were injured. Only a few survived. One group was almost untouched. The human delegation. That's when the blame started. Humans did this, shouted the leader of the Yulgar Empire. The bomb was near the human table, another alien said. The news spread fast. Alien Network showed images of the blast and claimed that humans used this event to kill their rivals. The Galactic Union called for an emergency meeting. Angry voices filled the hall. Some demanded Earth be punished. Some wanted war. Earth's Ambassador Ronan Hale looked calm. Too calm, some thought. But Ronan said only one thing. We didn't do this. Someone wants us to fight again. Someone planned this. Few believed him. Far away, hidden inside the Unity Hall, a small AI drone watched the chaos from a shadowed corner. This drone was part of Project Silent Eye, a secret human intelligence system placed in the hall weeks before the event. This AI was not just a camera. It was smart. It could think. And it saw something strange right before the blast. A tall figure, wearing a dark cloak, walked into the hall just minutes before the explosion. The AI noticed this figure didn't match any species in the guest list. No face was shown. No ID was scanned. Then, in slow-motion replay, the AI saw it. The cloaked figure placed a small device under the main table and walked away. Right before the bomb went off. The figure vanished in the crowd. The AI immediately sent the video back to Earth's Secret Defense Center. In the shadows of Earth's moon, inside a Black Ops space station, alarms began to ring. Commander Rhea Torres, a decorated war hero and leader of Earth's Special Forces, stepped into the control room. The video played on a large screen. Rhea watched the cloaked figure. She leaned closer. This isn't one of ours, she said. And it's not in the Galactic Species database either. Could be a shapeshifter, her officer replied. Or worse, a Varnak. The room went silent. The Varnak were thought to be extinct. Long ago, they were masters of infiltration and chaos. Some believed they could control minds, wear other bodies, and start wars from the shadows. Rhea's eyes narrowed. If the Varnak are back, she said, then peace was never possible. She turned to her team. Get ready. We're going. Hunting. Back on Terran Prime, cleanup teams searched the ruins of the hall. One alien investigator, a Sarthian named Kul Vek, picked up a strange piece of metal from the blast zone. This wasn't human tech, he whispered, but he didn't report it. He was afraid. If he told the truth, his leaders might think he was a traitor. Instead, he slipped the metal into his pocket and walked away. The galaxy was now on edge. Earth was being blamed. Sanctions were placed. Human ships were stopped at spaceports. Old enemies began moving fleets closer to human borders. In just one day, everything changed. But behind the lies, behind the fear, someone else was smiling. Far across the stars, deep, inside a cold asteroid base, the cloaked figure watched news reports of the bombing. The figure removed its mask. It was not human. It was not even alive in the way others understood. It was something older, something patient, and it whispered, Now. They'll destroy each other, just as planned. The Peace Summit bombing changed everything. Across the galaxy, news channels repeated one message again and again. Humans attacked the peace talks. Alien reporters called it proof that Earth never wanted peace. Social media across hundreds of planets spread hate and anger. Some planets banned human trade, others cut off communications. Some even attacked small human colonies near their borders. Earth said it was innocent, but nobody was listening. Inside the United Nations of Earth, top leaders met in secret. The room was dark, protected by jammers. Only trusted people were allowed inside. President Lena Marshall sat at the head of the table. She looked calm, but her eyes were tired. "We have the AI footage," she said. "We saw someone place the bomb, but the galaxy won't believe us unless we bring solid proof." A general asked, "What if we go public with the video?" Ria Torres, now wearing a black special ops uniform, shook her head. "They'll call it fake, edited. We need more than a video. We need to find the real attacker, bring him back, alive or dead." The president nodded. "Then I'm giving you full command, Ria. No limits, no rules. Bring me the truth." Ria didn't waste time. She gathered her elite team, Sergeant Malik, her second-in-command and expert pilot, Dr. Ellen Mura, a cyber intelligence officer, Rex, a combat android with human emotions, and Agent Kai, a stealth expert with a criminal past. They called it Operation Mirror Spear. Their mission: enter alien space, find who really bombed the Peace Summit, and return with proof. Quietly. If they were caught, Earth would deny everything. Their ship, the Silent Storm, was small, fast, and invisible to radar. It looked like space debris from far away. They flew it toward the Arvax sector, a dangerous region where black markets and smugglers ruled. The Arvax were a reptile-like species. They hated humans and had refused to sign the peace treaty. But they loved money. If anyone had sold the bomb, device used in the attack, it would be the Arvax. They landed at Station Xylon, a giant trading post floating above a red gas planet. The air smelled like oil and fire. Criminals from many species walked through the halls. No one asked questions here. Ria and her team wore fake IDs and alien cloaks. They moved carefully, avoiding security drones. In a backroom tech shop, Dr. Mura found something interesting, a data chip sold just days ago. It contained a video clip showing a cloaked figure entering a hangar with the same device seen in the Unity Hall bombing. They tracked the seller. He was Arvax, fat and greedy, named Dral Gex. But before they could question him, someone shot him in the head. The shooter escaped. The clues were almost lost. Luckily, Rex chased the killer through a dark tunnel and found a strange device dropped during the escape. It was a mind control implant, and it was made from a material not used in hundreds of years, something only the ancient Varnak had used. That night, Ria sat alone in her bunk. She looked at the implant and whispered, "If the Varnak are back, then the whole galaxy is in danger." But before she could rest, alarms screamed through the ship. The Silent Storm had been found. 3 alien bounty hunter ships surrounded them. The team raced to their stations. "Who told them where we were?" Malik shouted. "There's only one. Answer," Ria said. "We have a traitor." The ship escaped, barely. But the damage was bad. Their cloaking system was fried. Their signal was no longer secret. And worse, half the team suspected that someone on board was feeding information to the enemy. In the final moments of the episode, Ria stood on the deck, staring at the stars. She had the implant. She had a few seconds of old video. She had a dead suspect and a broken ship. But she also had a mission, and she was not giving up. "Let the galaxy blame us," she said. "We'll show them the truth." She turned to her team. Next stop, the Varnak Trail. The Silent Storm floated in deep space, hidden behind a frozen asteroid belt. Inside, Commander Ria Torres stared at the strange implant found on Station Xylon. It was ancient, made from black crystal and silver wiring. It matched no modern tech. But one thing was clear: it came from the Varnak. These were the monsters from dark history, shapeshifters, masters of lies and war, thought to be extinct for over 500 years, but now it seemed they had returned, and they wanted to make humanity the villain. The crew fixed the ship's damaged systems. Rex, the combat android, worked without rest. Sparks flew from panels as Dr. Ellen Mura ran scans on the implant. Agent Kai sat silently, his eyes watching everything. Too quietly, Rhea thought. Then a message came in. It was from a hidden human spy, buried deep in the alien world of Virella, part of Arvak's space. The message was short. The Varnak are active here. I have proof. But I'm being hunted. Rhea made her decision. We go to Virella. We get that agent, no matter what it takes. Virella was not a nice place. It was a mining world, filled with toxic fog and glowing blue rocks. The Arvaks ruled it with fear. Slaves worked in the mines. Spies and killers walked the streets. The silent storm landed in an old cargo zone, pretending to be a garbage freighter. The crew split up. Rhea and Kai searched the old tunnels. Mora and Malik scanned the comm towers for signs of the spy's last transmission. Rex stood guard, pretending to be a broken droid. Hours passed. No contact. Then, a signal. Malik shouted, "Found him. Underground level 5, sector 9. But the, spy was already dead. They found his body in a dark hallway, shot through the head. His hands were burned, but in his mouth, hidden inside a fake tooth, was a tiny data chip. They rushed it back to the ship. Mura plugged it in. A 3D image appeared. Fuzzy, but real. It showed the Varnak cloaked figure talking to someone, a Galactic Council member, a well-known alien leader. The leader smiled and handed the figure a black credit box. Payment. The bombing was not just done by the Varnak. It was ordered, paid for, planned, by someone inside the council itself. Rhea froze. This is bigger than we thought. But then, things got worse. The ship's alarm screamed. Rex turned from the screen. We've been tracked. 4 Arvak's warships incoming. They found us. How? Malik yelled. We used secure comms. Everyone turned to look. At Agent Kai. Rhea stepped forward. You had contact with the data tower, only you were out of sight for 10 minutes. What did you do? Kai slowly raised his hands. You think I'm the traitor? Rex's eyes glowed red. You just confirmed it. But Kai shook his head. No, I'm not working for the Arvaks. I'm working for someone else. The Human Intelligence Division. I was placed here to watch you. Rhea stared at him. Why? Kai answered quietly. Because not everyone on Earth trusts you, Commander. You have history. A brief silence. Outside, the Arvak ships were closing in. Rhea didn't have time to argue. Prepare for launch. Get us out of here. The silent storm roared to life, but the enemy was too close. They were hit. The engine room caught fire. Oxygen. Levels dropped. Malik was injured. The ship spun out of control, but somehow they escaped into a dense asteroid field. The Arvaks didn't follow. Not yet. Later, the crew sat in silence. They had the chip. They had proof that someone inside the Galactic Council paid the Varnak, but their ship was damaged. Supplies were low. One of them was bleeding. And trust was broken. Still, Rhea didn't stop. She opened a new file, an image of the alien leader seen on the video. His name, Counselor Varn Thesic of the Quarn Dominion. He was respected, powerful, untouchable, and now, he was the next target. Rhea looked at her team. We're going to the Quarn homeworld. We find him. We expose him. And we end this. Malik smiled, holding his bleeding arm. Now it's getting fun. Far away, in a dark chamber, Counselor Thesek watched a screen showing the silent storm escaping. He frowned. These humans are more dangerous than I expected, he said. Behind him, the Varnak figure stepped forward. Should I kill them? Thesek paused. Then he smiled. No. Let them come. I'll deal with them myself. The silent storm floated quietly in deep space. hidden inside the tail of a comet. The ship was damaged, systems were running low, but inside something more dangerous was growing: mistrust. The crew had learned the truth. Someone in the Galactic Council had paid the Varnak to bomb the Peace Summit, and now they had a name: Counselor Varn Thasek of the Quarn Dominion. He was rich, respected, protected. Going after him would mean war. Commander Ria Torres stood over a holomap of the Quarn Dominion. Their homeworld, Kirinth, was one of the most secure planets in the galaxy. Its sky was filled with surveillance drones. Its people were loyal. No outsider ever walked freely on its streets. "How do we even get close to him?" Malik asked, his arm still wrapped in a pressure bandage. Agent Kai leaned back, silent as always. But then he spoke. "There's a way in," he said. "Through a hidden door." Everyone turned to him. Kai explained that during his work with human intelligence, he learned of an underground tunnel system beneath the Quarn capital. Old escape routes from a past war. Most people don't know they exist, but Thasek does. He uses them to meet with dangerous people. Ria stared at him. "How do you know all this?" Kai's eyes narrowed. "Because I've used those tunnels before." There was silence. The crew looked at each other. Rex, the android, stepped forward. "You've been to Kirinth without telling us. That makes you a liability." Kai didn't move. "I didn't tell you because I didn't trust you. And now you know why I was placed here." Ria raised her hand. "We don't have time for fights. Right now, Kai's intel is our only chance. If he's lying, I'll deal with him myself." She looked at the crew. "We move in 12 hours. While the ship prepared for the dangerous journey, Dr. Ellen Mura worked on decrypting more files from the dead spy's chip." Suddenly, she gasped. Ria came running. "What did you find?" Ellen pointed to the screen. "There's a voice log, a conversation between Thasek and someone on Earth." They played the file. It was scrambled, but one thing was clear. Thasek had a human contact, someone high-level, someone who helped cover the Varnak's tracks. Malik's voice cracked. "Are you saying someone on Earth helped the bombing happen?" "Yes," Ellen replied. "It was an inside job." Back in her quarters, Ria sat alone. The galaxy thought Earth was guilty. Now she knew. Someone on Earth actually was. But who? She remembered the orders that gave her full control. She remembered the delay in getting the drone footage out. She remembered the fear in the president's eyes. Was it possible? Was Earth's own government partly behind this? Her hands tightened into fists. "I trusted them." Meanwhile, the Quarn Dominion grew suspicious. Counselor Thasek received a message from an unknown source. It was only 4 words. "They are coming, prepare." Thasek looked at the Varnak figure beside him. "The humans will try to expose me," he said, "but they'll find more than they expected." He stood, walking toward a sealed vault. Inside it were ancient Varnak artifacts, glowing softly. "You promised me power," Thasek whispered. The Varnak's voice was cold. "You will have it, but power has a price." Thasek smiled. "I'm ready to pay it." Back on the Silent Storm, the crew suited up. Their plan was simple. Enter Kirinth, using false diplomatic codes. Land near the ruins east of the capital. Use the tunnels to reach Thasek's private vault. Extract proof of the deal with the Varnak. Get out. They had only one shot, one mistake, and they'd start a war. As the ship entered the Quarn system, cloaked and quiet, Ria gave a final message to her team. "We're not just fighting for Earth's name anymore. We're fighting for the truth. Someone wants the galaxy to burn. Let's make sure it doesn't." Then she looked at Kai. "Lead the way." In the final scene, the camera zooms in on Counselor Thasek's eyes as he stands in his underground chamber holding a Varnak weapon. He whispers to himself, "They think they're hunting me." He smiles. "But I'm the one who set the trap." The Silent Storm landed just outside the Quarn capital city under the cover of night. Ria and her team moved fast, wearing stealth suits that blended with the dark streets. The city was alive with glowing towers and heavy patrols. Every corner had cameras. Every alley had guards. Kai led them to the hidden tunnel entrance beneath an old temple ruin. "We have about 30 minutes before patrols change," he whispered. They slipped inside the tunnels, dark, narrow, and filled with strange echoes. Deeper inside, Rex scanned for traps. The tunnels were ancient but rigged with new sensors and alarms. Suddenly, an explosion shook the ground. The ceiling cracked, blocking their way back. "We're trapped," Malik shouted. Rhea stayed calm. "Keep moving forward. There has to be another exit." They pressed on. At the heart of the tunnels, they found the vault door, massive and covered with alien runes glowing blue. Ellen worked quickly, hacking the door's code with her tools. The door hissed open, revealing a room filled with strange artifacts, ancient weapons, glowing crystals, and digital files. Then the door slammed shut behind them. Kai looked around nervously. "We've been locked in." Suddenly, the room's lights dimmed. A hologram flickered to life. It was Counselor Thesek. "Welcome, humans," he said with a cold smile. "Did you really think it would be this easy?" The walls shifted, revealing hidden turrets aimed at them. "We set this trap long ago," Thesek said. "And now you're caught." Rhea yelled, "Take cover." Bullets and lasers fired. Rex jumped forward, using his metal body to shield the others. Malik dragged Elaine behind a pillar, trying to find a way out. Kai ran to the control panel, trying to hack it. The fight was intense. One by one, their weapons knocked out turrets, but more kept firing. Then Kai gasped. "There's a self-destruct sequence. We have 5 minutes before the whole vault explodes." Rhea clenched her teeth. "No time to lose. Grab the data files and follow me." They found the digital files proving the deal between Thesek and the Varnak, the proof they needed. Suddenly, Rex was hit. Sparks flew from his body. "I'm still operational," he said, voice strained. "Go. I'll hold them off." "No," Rhea shouted. But Rex was firm. "Get out alive. That's the mission." With heavy hearts, the team ran. They barely made it to the tunnel exit before the vault exploded in a fiery blast that shook the ground. Outside, the city's alarms screamed. Rhea looked back at the smoke. "We have the proof," she said. "Now, the galaxy will know the truth." Malik helped Rex limp to the ship. Kai looked at Rhea. "This war is far from over." As they blasted off, far above, Counselor Thesek stood on his balcony, watching the fires below. He smiled darkly. "They escaped. The trap," he said. "But next time they won't be so lucky." Behind him, the Varnak figure appeared. "It's time to make our final move." The silent storm flew fast toward Earth's space station, carrying the evidence that could save humanity's name. But the galaxy was not ready to listen. Counselor Thesek and the Varnak had sent their fleets to block them. "Enemy ships ahead," Malik shouted. Rhea gripped the controls. "Prepare for battle. This is our last chance." The space exploded with fire. Lasers and missiles flew through the blackness. Rex fought with precise moves, protecting the ship. Kai hacked enemy signals, trying to confuse their targeting systems. But Thesek's fleet was huge and ruthless. One by one, the silent storm's shields cracked. Inside the ship, tension grew. Alien patched Malik's wounds. "We have to get through this," Rhea said, voice steady but tired. Kai looked at the data chip shining with proof. "We carry the truth, that's our weapon." Suddenly, the ship shuddered. "We're losing power," Rex shouted. "I'll go fix the engine, cover me." Rex crawled through burning corridors, fighting off boarding enemies. Meanwhile, Rhea and the others prepared for the worst. Just as hope seemed lost, a bright light appeared. Earth's fleet had arrived. Led by Admiral Harris, they charged into the fight, turning the battle around. The silent storm limped to safety. Rhea contacted the Galactic Council live, broadcasting the proof. The room fell silent as everyone saw the truth. Counselor Thesek had betrayed the galaxy for power. The Varnak retreated into darkness. Thesek was arrested, and humanity's name was cleared. But the war left scars. Rhea stood on Earth's surface, looking at the stars. "We won this battle," she said softly. "But the galaxy will never be the same." The galaxy was quiet now. Counselor Varn Thesek was behind bars, his plans destroyed. The Varnak had vanished into the shadows once more. Humanity was no longer blamed for the bombing, but the scars remained. Commander Ria Torres stood on the deck of the Silent Storm, now docked at Earth's orbital station. Her eyes scanned the stars, a silent promise. "We fought hard to protect our home," she said softly, "but out there, something bigger waits." Malik, leaning nearby, nodded. "We know the Varnak aren't gone for good, and the galaxy still hides many secrets." Kai smiled faintly. "We survived betrayal, war, and lies. Now, we're ready for what comes next." Back on Earth, leaders held a new council. This time humans had a stronger voice. They promised peace, but they also prepared for defense. Because the galaxy was dangerous, and humans had proven they would fight to survive. Far beyond the stars, in the dark reaches, the Varnak watched. Their leader's voice echoed in the void. "The humans are dangerous, but useful. Soon we will return." Ria turned back to her team. "Rest for now," she said. "But our work is never done." The crew looked at each other, ready for whatever came next. The galaxy had changed, and so had humanity.